Softer versus Webflow. We're going to compare three things. 1, features. 2, pricing. 3, which one I would choose. With Softer, there are so many different use cases. It's really important to understand what kind of functions or features you're looking for. You can create client portals, internal tools, marketplaces, online communities, resource directories, and websites. So when you're looking at what you can be building out, the functionality and the features are going to change based on what you're trying to create. In the comment section down below, let me know what you're trying to build. Scrolling down to the features section, you can create memberships, you can take payments because it has a Stripe integration. And also, if you're looking to make sure that you're going to be found online, there are tons of different things that you can be doing with SEO. Regarding the layout, there are several different layouts that you can have in just a few clicks, and they're pre-built blocks. There's over 100 of them. The reason I like this is sometimes I already know what I'm looking for and I just want to scroll really quickly to make sure that it looks perfect for what I'm trying to create without creating it from scratch. And that's why I like the pre-built blocks. If you're looking to have a custom form builder where you can be taking in information from your audience, you can also be doing that with Softer because it integrates with Airtable, so you can have all of those records available. Regarding Webflow, you can create a web experience or a website exactly the way that you're looking at it. One of the main things that I would be looking at for Webflow, if I'm very specific on design or I want to have a lot of control on every single pixel, how everything works, the animation, all of those things, that's what Webflow is made for. I see a lot of times ones that are using Figma or using design and they want to bring it over exactly how they want it for their website. Webflow is the perfect option. We also have videos talking about Webflow for beginners, but I would say if you're interested in Webflow and you have a background with Photoshop or other platforms like this, that's where Webflow really shines. If we look at features, it brings it out that you can create content-driven designs. Again, the designs, they're so unique and they can be pixel perfect when you're using this. You can also create custom e-commerce stores, monetize members-only content, and then really make it pop because you can control all of the different aspects of your web experience of that website with Webflow. Another cool feature is when you're working with a team, you can collaborate with others. You can also have like a designing section, and then you can have an editing mode. Why is this important? Because you can have more editors that only can touch or edit what is on the page, but they can't destroy what you beautifully made, right? So the collaboration is built in for this platform. When we look at SEO, you have several different options to make sure that you get the ranking you're looking for in search. So you're going to be able to change your metadata, alt text, all of those different things. Anything that you need to do with SEO, you're going to be able to do that as well. When we look at the build flow with Logic, you can create different membership experience as you're doing this. Also, you can connect with a bunch of other tools, whatever you're looking for, Google Analytics, Facebook. It goes on and on. If you're using Facebook Pixel for ads and all of those things, you're going to be able to do this very easily. I see a lot of people using Webflow also if they're trying to launch different NFT collections and they have a very specific style or they want very specific things to happen for their website, the look and feel, the animations. This is just one of the collections we worked on, and they're using Webflow. It's Iconic Mavericks, and they wanted to showcase their upcoming NFT collection. As you see on this page, different animation based on scrolling, and this was brought about exactly how the person wanted it, and so you could change everything on this page. Let's look at pricing. To get started with Softer, you can actually start for free. You can have unlimited applications, one custom domain, and the Softer branding. I would say this is really important to note because a lot of times you want to have a professional look and feel and you want to have your own domain. You can do that for free to really test out your idea. In the free plan, I think that is perfect if you're starting at an MVP level, an minimal viable product, and then going from there. Also, you can test out the membership. You can go up to 5 members. This is reasonable for free because you can even test out, are they going to be paying members before you go on beyond that. If you can't get 5 paying members, that will then allow you to scale up into the starter or professional plan. You know that you're going to have to work on your deliverables or making sure you're in front of the right audience to be able to have this work for you long term. I'm a huge fan that you need to validate and make sure that this is profitable before you start scaling, and the free plan allows you to do all of those things. Shifting over to the starter plan, this allows you to have no Softer branding. It allows you to have the Airtable integration up to 1,000 records, so that allows you to have more information for the back end, that database, and you can have custom code and live chat support. Again, this is perfect if you're still scaling and you're testing out ideas. The biggest thing I would look at right here and what the purpose of this would be is if I'm trying to create maybe a jobs board and I want to have a lot of different records, or I want to have something more of a free component and then be able to offer a pro for them to have a membership, that would be perfect for starter. So for example, if I'm going to be doing something, say for instance, like a resource directory, and the resource directory, I'm going to be showing either a job board or a resource guide. I could have a lot of different records, get people to sign up, have that built in almost like the top of the funnel, something free for me to build my list, and then follow up with them, offer a pro membership, something like that. And then I can have that pro membership roll in, and then I could be making money from there. Also too, if I'm thinking about a job board or I'm having multiple records, I could also play the angle of getting sponsors on the job board as well. So that way, if I don't want to monetize for membership at the time, I can still monetize by having ads on my site. Moving on to the professional level, here we can have one collaborator, 2 custom domains. So now we can have multiple different side hustles or different startups or whatever I'm building. I can have membership up to 10,000 members. So this is really where I'm going to be going more professional. I'm going to be scaling out my community if I want to. And then I can have the Airtable integration, 10,000 records. A lot more I can do with this. And it makes sense if I'm going to be expanding how many members I'm going to have. Simply put, 10,000 records equals different types of information that you're going to be keeping track of. Each row is a row of data that you can track. For example, if you're creating a marketplace, each row could be a different listing, or each row could be different profiles that you're keeping track of who's interacting with the membership or the marketplace. On the professional level, you can also transfer the application. This is perfect if I'm creating a agency and I'm building out a lot of the different applications, and then I'm going to be transferring it into one of my clients' account. It's great. That's what you do for a professional level. When we move over to the business, here we're going to have increased amount of collaborators, increased amount of custom domains. And what I would focus on is it allows me to have field level edit permissions, so I can do more with the information that I'm gathering. I can have charts, so I can do more with the information that I'm getting from Airtable, manipulate that data and make it look better. I'm also getting priority live chat support and an onboarding call. So if I'm going to be building a large team or a company, that would be why I would go for the business plan. In the comment section down below, let me know where you're starting. Are you starting out with an MVP? Are you starting as a startup? Are you creating an agency? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let's look at the pricing for Webflow. It starts for $0. Now you're going to have the Webflow domain. You're going to have 50 CMS items and 1 gig for bandwidth. That's good to get started with, and you can do a lot still with the designing and whatever you'd like to do, but you're going to be publishing it with a webflow.io address. When we go to the basic plan, that's $12 a month, and that is going to include a custom domain and also 50 gigs of bandwidth. Now it has 0 right here for the CMS items. That might be a typo. It mentions the maximum number of records you can have in your CMS. It's 50 for $0 the starter. It might be 100. That just might be a typo. If we're looking at CMS, customer management system, if we're looking at that start a blog or other content-driven site, it's custom domain, 2,000 CMS items, 200 gigs, and 3 guest editors. This is perfect if you're going to be collaborating and starting out your blog, or you're going to have a lot of people working on a project at the same time. That's perfect for the CMS. Next, you go to $36 a month, and that is for high traffic marketing sites. It's going to have 10,000 CMS items, 400 gigs, and then 10 guest editors. In the comment section down below, which plan works for you? What are you planning to do with Webflow? Are you going to be doing a lot of collaborations with the team? Let me know. After looking at Softer and Webflow, which one would I choose? And the winner is Softer. The reason I'm going to go with Softer is it allows you to create your web application or website a lot quicker, and there's basically no learning curve. It's a plug and play. You're going to be able to click and drag and make your site very quickly. Also, if I'm going to be creating a marketplace or other things, I already have a lot of built-in integrations and I won't need to use other plugins or third-party platforms like MemberStack or Outceta with Webflow. To give more context on this, there's actually an article that Softr put out where it mentions why do companies choose Softr over Webflow. The reasons that they give, it's a lot of the same reasons that I've been talking about right here. There are 6 different reasons why Softr is different than Webflow, and I would like to say, I'm going to be very clear with this. Softr is not the solution for everything, neither is Webflow. It depends on what you're trying to create and where you're at in your business. Webflow is great if you are looking for that pixel perfect design and you want everything exactly the way that you want it. Great, that's why Webflow exists. But Softr has a lot of the best in class features that people want that you can be adding to your web application or website very easily, that allows you to accelerate your process of building your MVP. Let's go a little bit deeper. Number 1, you can build data-driven websites in minutes and not days. Again, if you're going to be looking at different use cases or going in and using their templates, you can spin them up very quickly. Also, you're going to be able to do a plug and play membership without extra costs and securely. So if you're going to be using something like Webflow, not only are you going to be using Webflow on the front end, but you're also going to have to use MemberStack or Outceta to have that membership experience to be able to gate different pieces of content on the site. And that's another expense as well. You're going to be able to do that with Softr with this platform. You're going to use Airtable as the database, and you're going to be using Softr as everything as you're creating the membership, the different pages, and the workflow, all using Softr. Another portion is you can do real-time search and filters with your web app. You can do that as well with Webflow, but you're going to have to use other third-party or other things to be able to do this. With Softr, you're going to be able to do this all on one platform. You're going to be able to do this in the editor. When we're looking at accepting payments, you can be doing this easily with Stripe. You're going to be able to integrate it in your account and get started by taking one-time payments or recurring payments easily. Looking at the features comparing Softr to Webflow, there's a whole section right here that breaks down what Softr offers and what Webflow offers and how they differ. We already talked about the filtering, but if we look at the dynamic content, there's more to look at this. On-page real-time search, you can do pagination for content listing, and both of them have blogging features. Again, looking at how much you're going to be paying for Webflow, you're going to look at the details of how much it's going to be on Webflow versus Softr as well. If we're looking at user authentication, you're going to be able to do all of those things with Softr. You're not going to be able to do it with Webflow natively. You can use third parties such as, like I mentioned, MemberStack or Outceta, depending on your needs, but you're going to be able to do all of those things with Softr. Again, for more details, make sure you check out the article that's comparing Webflow to Softr that Softr put out. But remember, take a step back and don't just read one article that a company put out. This is really helpful, but think about first, what do you need? What are you trying to create? And also, what are your expertise? What are you looking for? How fast do you want to move? All of those things should be considered, and then look at your options from there. In the comment section down below, let me know what kind of application or web experience you're trying to build. And if you're interested in validating your side hustle and how you progress in picking where to start, we have a full PDF download that you can sign up and get this for free. This is going to help you decide how you can move with momentum to launch your MVP or simply launch your idea to get traction and make this a side hustle. If you like these kind of videos, make sure that you like and subscribe. We do these videos every single week.